If they see you, they can hit you. If they can hit you, they can kill you. Don't let them see you. And if you see them, you better shoot first. Do not hesitate. And that right there is a quick excerpt from my brother Jack Carr's new book. It is called Cry Havoc. And, you know, one of the things I have had the honor of being able to do since I retired from the teams is to shine as much light as I possibly can on these SOG warriors from Vietnam. These incredible special operations heroes, mostly Green Berets, that fought the secret war, not just in Vietnam, but going across the fence into Cambodia, into Laos, into North Vietnam, and they conducted just the most insane high-risk operations deep behind enemy lines in very small teams, and they came up against company and battalion and brigade and sometimes even division-sized enemy forces. And I have had the distinct honor of interviewing some of the men of SOG, men like John Stryker Meyer, Tilt, men like Doug the Frenchman Letourneau, men like Dynamite Dick Thompson. And I actually have had the opportunity to sit down with some of their Vietnamese counterparts, men like Con, Cowboy, Doan, and even a Vietnamese SOG pilot, a heroic SOG pilot, Captain On. And I have tried to get their stories out there. I have done my best to promote their books like SOG Chronicles and Across the Fence and On the Ground, all those by John Stryker Meyer, and then Dick Thompson's book, codename Dynamite. Actually, there's two of those books. I've supported John Stryker Meyer's podcast, which is appropriately called the SOGcast, where he captures the oral history of the men who fought this war. And now, like I said, my brother Jack Carr is joining the fight to educate the world on the service and sacrifice of these SOG heroes. In this book right here, the book is called Cry Havoc, and it's a fictional book. It's a fictional book, but if you know anything about Jack Carr, then you know that what he writes carries weight. It carries the weight of his own experience in combat in the SEAL teams, and it carries the weight of the immense amount of research that he did, reading and listening to and interviewing the SOG warriors in order to ensure that he captures the essence of this unmatched group of special operations men during an unmatched time of heroism. So, Jack, thank you so much for writing this book. Thank you for paying tribute to this generation of special operations warriors. You and I both know they paved the way for us. They wrote the lessons learned, and most certainly they set the standard for bravery, for dedication to duty, and they set the standard for sacrifice. And you know, a few months ago I was getting interviewed by my brother Mike Ritland, and he asked me a question: if I could go back in time and I could be a part of any period of history, where would I go and what would I do? And I answered that question without hesitation. If I could go back in history, I'd go back and I would be a SEAL in Vietnam. Those guys were my heroes. That's why I took the path that I did in my life. And now, thanks to Jack and this book, we all get that opportunity to go back in time and experience life as a SEAL in Vietnam, and very specifically as a SOG SEAL during Vietnam. So pick up this book, Cry Havoc, learn about that era, learn about that war, and learn about these brave men who fought it, who fought their war without regard for safety, without any recognition whatsoever, and of course, they fought without mercy. Cry Havoc.